All right, so I think we'll get started. It's 10:06, so we'll get going. So I'm Mark Morowczynsk. I'm a program manager in the Azure AD team, and I'm here with Adam Steenwyk, who's also a PM.
Yep.
And I used to actually be from Chicago. I lived here for 15 years, so I'm gonna give you guys a tip. So at O'Hare Airport, have you guys seen like those jars that are kind of out like around? You guys seen those things? Those are tip jars for the budget for the city, because the city has like no money. So go ahead and give generously on your way out. So,
yeah, but who knows where that money's going to go, right?
We don't know where it's going, but
go
they
to
need it.
So
So
pocket somewhere.
also, get yourself some Garrett's popcorn. Get 2 bags, one to eat on the plane, one to take back to wherever you're going. So that's a pro tip for real. Okay, so a couple questions and we'll get started. This is a 20-minute session, so we're going to do kind of a lot of demos for a 20-minute session. So the first question is, who here has an external forest or some other separate directory where they have for their B2B kind of like partner users? Who has that? Okay, good amount. Who here has to manage those accounts, like create accounts, reset passwords for those accounts, all that kind of stuff? Who's got to do that?
Do you enjoy doing that?
Do you enjoy that?
No, okay, good.
Who here feels confident that all of those active accounts that have access to your resources are still employed with your business partner right this second? Who feels confident? Nobody. Nobody. Okay. Who here has Office 365? Okay, lots of people. Good news, you guys all have Azure AD. And everything we're about to show you today, you guys can go back and do right now. This isn't gonna be a session of like future thinking, what we're doing. Everything we're gonna show you today, you can go back and do tonight. So we're talking here about Azure AD, B2B collaboration. And Azure AD's goal really is just so other organizations can collaborate with each other easily and securely. And what that means really is information workers are able to work with whoever they need to work with without IT getting in the way. IT can do this so they can still control access to all of your resources securely. So you still have control of your resources. And we have an API. So any developers can do custom stuff against Azure AD B2B. And we actually have a really kind of cool thing, a goodie for you guys to take back that we'll show you. So like I said, this is going to be the last slide we're going to show you. And it's going to be all demos. So there's 9 main features of Azure AD B2B, and we're going to demo the first 6. We think we can do all 6 in the next 15 minutes. So the first one's going to be around self-service, and we'll show you how easy it is for your information workers to be able to just go do what they need to do their job. We'll also show you how the emails, the invitation emails that they're going to get will be branded with your stuff, as well as you guys still control security. So you can say, before this business partner accesses my resources, they have to do MFA. And you'll be able to use all of our auto inbox auditing and reporting to see what they've been accessing. We'll show you a custom portal, and you guys will be able to get access to this custom portal using our API, so we're going to give you a sample of this. And the last thing I want to really stress here is that this isn't just like Office 365 to Office 365. You guys will be able to collaborate with anyone that has an email address on the planet, and you'll be able to do this securely. So we're going to jam a lot in here in 15 minutes, but yeah,
Get pumped.
You guys excited? Like, this is going to be a good session.
These demos are always terrifying, so you ready for this?
Yeah, there's nothing could possibly go wrong.
As soon as I hit Alt-Tab, all bets are off.
It's all good. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen.
Okay, so we're going to try and fit all these 6 things in. And I'm going to walk you through them. But I think what you're going to see is that as I go through this demo, you're going to see that these are just users. These just end up being users that you can do stuff with. But you don't have to deal with them, right? You don't have to deal with when they leave the company. You don't have to deal with resetting their passwords. You just get to control their access. So that's the idea. So I'm going to hand you the mic. And I'm going to swap to this mic, although I'm just going to be loud because I'm loud. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I have photography dude, right? I take lots of pictures. So my company is a photography company. And they frequently have to deal with models. But they're working on a model release form, right? So there's a dude who has a model release form. He wants to collaborate with another company and have that person iterate on that model release form. So what does that person want to do? He wants to invite this individual. This individual's name is Ed. Ed works at Woodgrove, okay? So Tim is going to invite Ed to collaborate on this model release form. Let's see how easy that is. I'm at the team site here, and all I'm going to do is click the invite button, and I'm going to enter Ed's email, Eddie Huntington. All right, yo, check out the model release. There's some options. A lot of you might have seen this. But in this case, I'm going to make this person a full team member because I expect to do some more collaboration in the future, okay? So what's happening behind the scenes here is that an email is being dispatched over to Mr. Ed, okay? And Ed is going to get an email and can take that email and redeem his invite to access this particular website. So, hey look, it already showed up. Cool. So I have now swapped context to Ed at Woodgrove. This is his email. And just to prove to you this is not somebody within the F128 photography organization. This is a totally separate Office 365 organization. WoodgroveOnline.com. I know it's a little hard to see up there, but you can see that's his UPN.
Trust us, we wouldn't lie to you.
Just trust us, yeah? No, we have to earn your trust, right? We always say that. So, so I'm going to actually take this. Hey, check out the model release. That's the thing I just typed, right? Cool. I'm going to click on this guy. Now, behind the scenes, what's going to happen is that this individual is going to be created as a guest account within F128 Photography, okay? Now, what's cool about this is that means that an administrator can do whatever they want with that particular user account. It's just like any other user account within that directory, all right? So, I already have access to the site, all right? And now I can go to the model release and start to do stuff. That's how easy it was. I just got an email, and suddenly I can access that resource. Pretty cool, yeah? All right, and I was gonna, make it the super beautiful attendees of Cloud Identity Summit, but then I looked at the room, no, just kidding, you guys are awesome. Okay, so that's the step one. That's the self-service aspect, yeah? But remember, like I said, this is just another user within
And did
the
you have to do
F128
anything?
photography
Did
tenant.
you have to do anything as an IT admin, or was a user able to do that?
Well, you saw it, right? That was a user who just initiated that flow, okay? But now, I'm going to show you, as an administrator, that this user is actually something that I can do stuff with. All right, so I'm going to go to the Azure Active Directory Administrative Portal and show you that this user now exists there. So if I search for Edward, let's see who we find. Eddie Huntington at woodgroveonline.com. Okay, brand new. He's showing up as a user. I can click on this person. Just another user. I can do whatever I want with this person as the administrator, right? So, for example, if I wanted to see what this user's been up to, I could click on sign-ins and see if he's been signing in. Okay, maybe if I refresh this in a second, we might see the sign-in to SharePoint. We'll see it later. We'll see later, okay? And what's neat about this is that because this is just another user, this means that I can do all sorts of cool stuff. Like, for example, if I wanted to, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. I was at the booth, yeah? I was at the booth on Monday, and this guy rolls up, two guys, and they work for a company who makes big steel boilers.
Are they here? Are they here?
No, they're not here. They only had a Monday pass.
Perfect.
I played it right, because I knew they weren't going to be here. No, just kidding.
Perfect.
And they make big steel boilers, right? IT dudes from Big Steel Boiler Company. First thing I asked him was, has any of them blown up? And the answer was yes. So just in case you're wondering. But we're all smart IT folks, yeah? But we don't know anything about steel, or at least I don't. Like, what carbon steel goes in the pressure regulator? I don't know, low carbon? Nope, that's how they blow up, sorry. So it turns out, if you're an IT guy, IT person, you don't want to deal with who gets access to the Steel app. You want to delegate that, right? So what's another thing you can do with Azure AD B2B? You can delegate. You can delegate down to the business group. This means that you can allow the business group to make access control decisions so you don't have to deal with it. Of course, you'd vet who those people are and make sure they have access to the right stuff, etc. So what I'm going to show you is that because this is just an Azure AD user and because it's in Azure AD for you to manage, you can set up cool business rules, okay? So what kind of business rules can you set up? All right, so I've got my groups here. I've switched to the groups view within the F128 photography organization. And I've got 3 groups. How many of you guys know what LBI, MBI, and HBI mean? Okay, LBI, low business impact. MBI, medium business impact. HBI, high business impact. So things within this group, resources within this group might be things that have low, high, and medium business impact. So for example, if I go check out the LBI group, we can actually see what applications it provides access to, right? So I'm going to click on the applications view here within the low business impact group, and you can see the only application that it gives access to is the partner sharing portal, okay? But if I go check out the high business impact group, let's see what that gives access to. So I've switched to the high business impact group. You can see like that gives access to Box, DocuSign, Salesforce, Sales Dashboard. Like those are some pretty serious apps, yeah? All right, the other thing I've set up here is that I've actually made this group. I've made somebody an owner of this group. So you can see I've got owners here. One of the owners is Phoebe. Phoebe is the equivalent of the Steel knowledge person, yeah? She knows who needs access to Salesforce. So she's an owner of the group, and she can add and remove members. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to, as Phoebe, somebody in the business group, not an administrator, I'm going to go invite my friend Ed to the HBI business group, right? That's my prerogative, and I've said, okay, this person needs access. Now, maybe it's a bad idea, but in this case, I'll show you that it's possible. I'm going to swap over to Phoebe's access panel. If you've never seen this, this is where all the users go to launch their apps and do all sorts of cool stuff with Azure AD. And you'll see that within the access panel, she has access to this groups functionality. And if she loads the groups functionality, you can see all the groups that she owns. She owns HBI access. And so what she's going to do is, because Ed is such a great person and has collaborated really well, she's going to give him some more apps. So I'm going to hand him the mic over here. And I'm going to click the add button. And I'm going to do same dude, Eddie Huntington. All right, cool. Hey, this is an external user. All right. Hey, you do good work. Have some apps. All right, now this is where you're going to see some of the branding customization stuff that you get with Azure AD B2B. Okay, looks like it successfully updated the group membership. Let's see what happens. If we go back to Ed's mail, we will see eventually. Oops, I went to the wrong browser. Sorry about that. Got to find Eddie.
I heard the ping.
There's the ping. And it says, hey, Phoebe Tyler has invited you to do stuff. Hey, good work, get some apps. Now this is the email that you can customize. See her picture? Same picture you saw in the portal, yeah? You can change all this. You can change all this with an API, in fact. I'll show you that in a little bit. All right, but in this case, Ed is just going to rescind this. Excuse me, not rescind this. Accept this. And what's happening behind the scenes is he's getting access to these resources. He's getting access to these apps. He sees the branding from that tenant. Hey, you've been invited for this particular tenant. Going to accept this. And suddenly, Ed is going to have lots of apps. He's going to have access to Salesforce. He's going to have access to all the things that I showed you. Okay? Pretty cool. Now, if Phoebe wanted to invite him to access more applications, all she has to do is go and add them to a different group, right? But check this out. So remember, Ed is already on Office 365, right? So he pops open his profile, and he sees his two orgs. He sees Woodgrove. He can swap to Woodgrove, access his Woodgrove apps, and when he's collaborating with F128 Photography, he just swaps his context. So I'm within the F128 Photography context now. So what do I see? I see the F128 Photography apps, but I can easily swap back, right? So there you go, Sales Dashboard. And like, hey, Eddie's a sports dude. He wants to access the sports page, whatever, right? This loads just fine. But look what happens when he accesses Salesforce. When he accesses Salesforce, something interesting happens, which is Salesforce is secured by conditional MFA. And so what this is going to do is it's going to say, yo, admin in F128 says, thou shalt have MFA when accessing this app. Bro, go set it up. No, I'm not going to set it up here. We don't have time for that. But you can see that this is the kind of cool stuff you can do with B2B. Just another user. Yeah, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Is that cool?
There.
All right. Awesome? Woo! All right, now check this out. Check this out. This is the coolest part of this demo. You ready? Get ready.
Remember we asked the question about who feels confident?
So let's say that Ed is, asking questions. Excuse me, let's say Tim, the admin, is asking questions, right? You're always asking questions. You're always doing audit, okay? Well, there's a full audit capability for this entire thing. So if you go back to all of your users, let's just hit refresh here and see. Maybe we can see him doing some stuff. Oh, hey, look. Guess what happened? He logged into SharePoint. There, it's already in the logs. So, okay, that's cool. Tim is totally fine. Tim, the admin, is totally fine with him accessing SharePoint, right? But he's poking around. Tim's poking around. He's like, ooh, HBI, I'm going to just check out this group, okay? Let's just check out the members of this group. Ed, oh, who's this guy? Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, hold all the stop the bus. Nope, this guy is not allowed to be in this group. Get rid of this guy. Done. Nope, I don't trust. Phoebe, sorry, you made a mistake. Okay, admin still has control. Ed is gone. Ed is no longer a member of that group. Check this out. Okay, you ready? All right, I'm gonna go back to the access panel. This is Ed again. Watch this. What?
Instantly.
What? It's
Is that
gone.
awesome?
Get out of here.
Is that not awesome?
Get out of here. That's the big red button. That's the nuclear option. As the admin, you have the nuclear option. Doesn't matter what your business group does. Cool? Cool. All right. So, next up, APIs. So I just showed you kind of some of the cool admin-y stuff. Let's talk about APIs. So first of all, guess what? We have APIs. Go figure. Go to, right now on your phones, aka.ms/b2b-API. Okay? That's this page. You can check it out. It supports all sorts of cool stuff. You can invite people. You can customize email templates. You can use custom SMTP servers. You can do all sorts of jazz. But the cooler thing, I think,
We have more.
the cooler thing, I think, is the goodie. And the goodie is that we threw up on GitHub a full working B2B portal that you can take right now and in 10 minutes deploy to Azure. I'm not exaggerating. I deployed this in my hotel room in 10 minutes, okay? Just to show you, there's a button you can click, deploy to Azure. I even used the free SKU. I don't have to pay anything for it. Crazy. My boss approves my expense reports for Azure bill. I'm sure he's happy. He's in the back somewhere. Okay, so I love this. So let's check out what that portal looks like. Yeah, this is the portal. This is just built on top of our API. How many of you guys do web stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can do this. You might recognize the template, in fact. So the portal has some pretty cool stuff. So as the administrator, I can set up policies, right? I can manage my domain policies, for example. This is what this looks like. It says, hey, when I invite people from f16.onmicrosoft.com, if you guys are photographers, you see the progression here. F128 is a very small aperture. Let it turn there. When I invite people from F16, I'm going to auto-approve them, okay? When I invite people from Gmail, though, which I'll do in a sec, I'm not going to auto-approve them. I'm actually going to, make them do stuff. I'm going to approve their access.
So as an admin, you have full control.
Yeah, that's like a theme, it sounds like, huh? Full control. Okay. Now, but check this out. So you can even do things like this. If I drill into this particular domain policy, you can see that I can actually choose what groups this person gets assigned to when they come from this organization. So if you just want to set some policies that say, all right, every time somebody from F16 comes to my organization, I'm going to auto-approve them and throw them in the LBI and MBI access groups, bam. You don't have to think about it. You take a picture of this, you send it to your auditor, you're like, yep, we did the right thing, okay? And this is just our API. Pretty cool. All right, so what I'm going to show you now is actually doing that flow, but not with another AAD tenant. Sorry, Azure Active Directory tenant. I am going to do it with a Gmail account because everyone uses Gmail, let's be honest. Okay? I use Gmail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the same website, which is just a publicly accessible website, and I'm just going to sign in as a user. So, to do that, I'm going to go to a different browser. As you can tell, to do these demos, you have to have lots of browsers. Okay? So this is the user view of the same portal. Now you can imagine this might look different if you customized it more. But what I'm going to do
This is what it looks like out of the box.
This is what it looks like out of the box. What I'm going to do is just enter a Gmail address and see what it looks like. Remember, there's going to be an approval. That's part of this. We'll see what that looks like too. So I'm going to hand the mic over. All right. So the email I'm going to use is abbybrecken4. Can you tell how many times I've done this demo? More than 4, hint. Okay. So in this case, it is backed by, oops, let me refresh this. Sorry about that. Go back to the portal here. Oh, shoot. I I set the wrong policy. I'm sorry about that.
Yep, you're set on the other context.
Say that again?
I think you're in the other context, but you're good now.
Okay, let's try that again.
Let's try it one more time.
All right, so you can also customize the terms of service. So check it out. This is just part of the API, yeah? So I've said, hey, don't do anything evil, thanks for all the fish. How many of you guys like Douglas Adams? All right, agreed terms of service, request access. Hey, request is being processed. Okay, cool, cool. Now, as the administrator, let's hop over here and see what that looks like.
Do we have any approvals?
Are there some approvals, maybe? Hey, look at that, Abby Brecken 4. That's just our API, okay? Remember, this is just a web front end to our API. So I'm going to approve it. Cool. Save. Now, what will happen is that Abby will get an email to her Gmail address. So let's see if she gets an email. And it'll be the same experience that you saw previously. Remember when I invited Ed with Phoebe? Same type of a thing. Except that email, because it's backed by our API, you can do whatever the heck you want with it. You can customize the crap out of it. Let me just show you what I mean. For example, manage mail templates. Hey, CIS peeps, what is this guy? How many of you guys know Pequod's Pizza? Anyone? Yes. Yeah.
It's the best.
Go there.
Don't
eat
listen
it,
to Tarek. It's
and
the
then
best.
Send some to the 17th floor of the Hilton because I want some. All right? Yeah, Tarek doesn't know what he's talking about. He likes Jordan. What's going on?
He's an animal. He's an animal.
He is an animal. No, we love Tarek. We love Tarek. Hey, what's this? Microsoft invitations. You're invited. Sweet. Let's get started. What is this going to do? Hey, we've seen this screen before, right?
Who here has partners that use Gmail addresses? Yeah, quite a bit.
So what this will do is this will walk you through a sign-in flow, and I'm going to hand the mic over. And nope, sorry, no promotion emails. Okay, it's going to send me a code. It's going to take a second to show up. But once I redeem that code and prove that I actually own this particular email address, I can do exactly what you saw Ed do earlier. Get access to all the applications that this particular organization has shared with me. It's the same thing. We work with all the things. And there you go. Microsoft account team, verify your email address, grab the code, throw this guy in there, and let's just see if we can finish this demo out. With 1 minute to spare, I promise we will answer questions in the hallway. All right, we're getting their account ready. Let's just see what happens. If we're lucky, an access panel will appear with some apps. And those apps will be in accordance with the policy that I set in that portal, yeah? So you didn't see it because I didn't show it to you, but I gave them access to the LBI policy, yeah? So that means that this person will get access to the partner sharing portal. So we would expect the partner sharing portal application to show up as a tile on this person's access panel. And notice that it's all branded, right? Even the spinny stuff is branded. Welcome to the stuff. All right. Gonna ask me to sign in again, just to make sure. And here's another thing you can do. You can actually have them add information to their profile before they get access to your information. So, because how many guys know, like, all right, it pulled Abby Brecken from Gmail, but like you might have other stuff that you want to get from them, right, before you actually give them access to your stuff. Maybe you've got some business policy rules that are based off their state, for example. So this is an optional thing that you can do to get some more information from your B2B users. So let's click save.
So, can you make fields mandatory?
I believe so.
I think so.
Hey, look at that. We got access to some stuff. Got access to the Wildcat Sports page. Looks like maybe, I don't think I actually gave her access to the LBI group, which is why you don't see partner sharing portal there. But you recognize these apps, right? These are from the F-128 photography thing, okay? So, that's the demo, and I think it went okay.
Did a lot of stuff, right?
But let's make sure we know what we did.
Let's make sure we hit all these things, right?
Bam, self-service invite, bam, branded email, Conditional MFA, yeah, you saw Salesforce do its thing. Auditing and reporting, I showed you very briefly. It's really cool. Just click anywhere you see sign in or audit in the portal, click on it. It's super neat. All right, APIs. By the way, B2B-API is the docs.
aka.ms.
aka.ms, B2B-portal. Yeah, that's the real goodie. That's the portal I showed you. And last but not least, we showed Gmail invite. And we got it done with 1 minute over time.
That's pretty good, right? So
If you got questions?
yeah, we'll stick around in the hall for questions,
Yep.
or if we, and I know. How was the Google login different?
Could you help me to understand? Sorry. Repeat the question. Okay, let's move on.
We'll move out. We got to swap out, but we'll talk. We'll be around for questions. All right. Thanks everybody.
Guys.